Okay, the next question, we're starting off somewhat light. What study materials do you recommend I invest in? So in terms of like boot camp, destroyer, things like that.
Great question. I'll start it off with this. Everything's not for everybody. Everybody is not for everything. All right, Dr. Hayes, what the heck does that mean? It's late. I don't want to hear no riddles late at night. Some people and some students, two of which are on this call, will tell you that they had a preference for one or two study materials or prep courses, and that was it. Some students will say, nope, I liked A, materials for the PAT, and I use B for chemistry and the science section, and I may have used some practice tests from C to go over all these different things. So students that I've talked to that have gotten into dental school have shared that and similar stories with regards to how they prepared and what they used. I would definitely say that you will I strongly recommend that you use some type of prep course, right? Another thing that's been very popular is CHAD videos, right? CHAD videos, as far as helping break down some of the reasons why some of the processes in biology and chemistry, and that'll help you study. Some, and I've got some colleagues down in North Carolina that mentor PreDental students and helping them prepare for the DAT. These students are using this thing called Schwamms. Schwamms, oh God, what is Schwamms? It's basically like Cliff Notes. I don't know if you guys even heard of Cliff Notes before, but Cliff Notes, study notes, yeah, okay, good. I'm not that old. Study notes, but it's called Schwamms, and they have like all of these problems, biology problems, chemistry problems, and they break down each and every step of these problems, and they have explanations, they have formulas. You have to look it up online. It's called Schwamms Science Study, something like that. All of those are ways to help you with preparing for the DAT. Now, Ansley and Malachi are going to tell you something similar, but also something different based on their own study style, what they were familiar with, but most importantly, what they felt helped them the most.
Yeah, that was some great advice, Dr. Darwin. I would honestly say, for me, I definitely stuck with, I started off using DAT Booster, and a little plug to Booster. I will say I didn't use them for like studying for the DAT solely because I just didn't like the platform. But they have great resources in regards to their statistics for schools. So if you go on Google and you type in DAT Booster, dental school statistics, they have a section where they break down like the calls, the in-state, out-of-state residents, et cetera, which is really phenomenal. I used it religiously. But in regards to the DAT, I stuck with DAT Bootcamp, and I will say Bootcamp and Ari, the team over there, really helped me out. I was able to get a 30 in the organic chemistry section, I believe because of the organic chemistry, like the booklet, the printout stuff that they had.
Wait a minute. You said what? You said a 30.
30. Yes, sir.
Now for people who are listening and watching, they may not understand what a 30, what that number, the significance behind that number. Should we tell them?
I think we should.
So, well, I'll let you tell them since you got the 30, because I definitely didn't get no 30 on any.
So 30 in any section on the DAT is the top score you can get in that section. Which basically means you essentially got close to all the questions right. I'm not 100% sure because I don't know. but I'm quite sure there was like 1 or 2 questions that I missed. Nevertheless, I found that for DAT bootcamp, the questions were they're similar in terms of like writing, and they take the time to actually update their program as you go through, and their schedule really helped me out. So I would say just make sure that you have great schedule. I use RE schedule for the most part. I modified it a little bit, and they have like chat videos, like Dr. Darwin was saying, inside of the actual schedule that you can go through and actually watch the reinforced material. So for me, that truly helped, and it was really a reason why I scored as well as I did on the DAT. I tried to use DAT Destroyer books to supplement like Gen Chem and Orgo a little bit, but I found that it was essentially really wasting my time. Like if you don't have a strong like background in it, then I would suggest it. I mean, it's more practice questions, so it's not bad, but I wouldn't waste the extra money on that. I would just stick with one source and just use it to its fullest capacity.
And going off of that, I used iPrep and Bootcamp, so a mixture of both of those. iPrep is a test-based program or a study-based program out of Florida, I believe. And it was really helpful for me for all the science sections, so bio, Gen Chem, Orgo. And then I supplemented that with DAT Bootcamp, and I really like that test prep for the PAT and also reading comprehension.
Yeah, and keep in mind, there are going to be some of your classmates or people that graduated last year from your school that are in dental school now that may still have some of the study prep materials that you can either buy off them or barter somehow, but you definitely must use something or some things to get yourself prepared, especially practice tests, old practice tests, and time practice tests, because you want to simulate that environment that you're going to be taking the test as you are developing that skill and preparing for the DAT day. So hopefully that helps.
Honestly, I will really say that was one of the most important things for me. I think that when I sat down and like took my first full-length practice test, I had it fixated in my mind that it wasn't going to be that bad because I was so used to like studying for like 7 hours straight. And I'm like, okay, like this is a chill day. I get to just take a 4-hour test, like it'll be all right. But when you actually sitting there and you're taking the test and you're like using all your brain power at one time to just focus so much, it's really draining. So I think like just drilling and practicing, doing those practice tests over and over. I think I took like 4 or 5 full-length practice tests before I actually sat down for the DAT, and it was something that really, really helped me out. And also, I don't know if you all have like a partnership with DAT Bootcamp or not, but I'm in contact with Ari, and he told me any SNDA or any programs that I encounter to reach out to him and let him know that you guys have a chapter and you guys can get like a discount code.
Get that. Any little bit helps as far as your preparation and costs for it, because yes, you do have to invest. You will have to invest in this process. There's no way of getting around it. Nothing's free. The applications cost money. You have some supplemental things that you have to submit as well. And not even to mention preparing for your interviews, going to the interviews, and of course, preparing for the DAT as well.
Hey, this is Dr. Darwin. Are you looking for some mentorship, some accountability, some help with getting all of this application and getting into dental school and getting into residency and then just your life as a new dentist? Look, I'm having monthly, twice a month, live coaching sessions and office hours so we can talk about all of that. I don't want you to struggle with the application process. I don't want you to struggle with getting ready for interviews. I don't want you to struggle about what list of schools and programs to apply to. We talk about all of that in our group, our monthly group called Dr. Darwin On Demand. Dr. Darwin On Demand. Check it out down below here. And then also, if you're interested and you want to get that help so you don't have to struggle anymore, so that you can get some mentorship, some accountability, and some help, hit this link right here. Hit that link right there so we can get you signed up and enrolled today. Today. Your future starts today. And I'm here to help you. This is Dr. Darwin. And join my members only community called Dr. Darwin On Demand. Look forward to seeing you soon, okay? Now back to this episode. Enjoy.